Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to elucidate why atheism is illogical, and I'm also going to present the top 3 proofs that God exists. Now, after watching this video, you can unequivocally be 100% certain that God exists if you do not already believe in the existence of God. So, I'm going to vindicate the existence of God right here, right now. Without further ado, without further procrastination, and without further delay, let's delve into the nitty-gritty. Let's dabble into this. The first form of divine proof is the proof of aesthetical beauty. Now, what does this essentially mean? Well, everything is aesthetically appealing. Practically everything is eye-candy. We love taking a gander at nearly everything. And this complexity, this intricacy, it must come from somewhere. We live in a cause and effect multiverse. We live in a simulation. And these effects are triggered by God, undoubtedly. So, in other words, this planet, the aesthetical beauty of everything in this multiverse has been churned out, has been fabricated, has been forged, has been created by divine, celestial, multi-dimensional, extraordinary, ineffably epic, unfathomably powerful being who is God. So let's move on. The second form of divine proof is a divine proof of complexity. What does this mean? Well, we have billions of processes in our body that are on autopilot, and if they were to shut off at any time, we would essentially succumb to death and we'd be removed from this simulation. So we're essentially biological computers. Instead of being comprised of silicon and wires, we're comprised of anatomy and veins. The veins are like my wires. So we have nucleotide bases, we have a copious amount of organs, we have a myriad of processes in our body that keep our heart beating and that keep our organs healthy and properly functioning. So these DNA strands, these autopilot processes were forged by our Creator, who is none other than the one and only miraculous, divine, illustrious, revered, venerated God. So, the second form of proof, to recapitulate, is the divine proof of complexity and intricacy. And then, of course, we have, as the final form of proof, the divine proof of syntheticness. So, what this essentially means is that we're residing on a planet that is eminently synthetic relative to all the other planets. This planet seems to be the only one within our galaxy that's capable of sustaining life. All the other planets are pretty much devoid of life. They're desolated, and God put us on this planet and set up this planet for us so that we could essentially bask in glory, revel in indulging in epicness, and not even have to work if we choose not to. If every human perished, if every human were teleported to another planet, you would still be able to survive. Agriculture is self-sustainable. You don't need humans to be alive to cultivate crops. Trees will bear fruit irrespective of whether or not humans exist. Vegetables can be unearthed irrespective of whether or not humans exist. So, this planet is so synthetic, is such an artificial environment relative to the other planets, and the syntheticness of this planet is a preponderance of proof that God exists. So, once again, in sum, the 3 forms of divine proof that God exists encompass the divine proof of aesthetical beauty, the divine proof of complexity, and the divine proof of syntheticness. And I'm debunking the contention that atheism is logical, because it's not. something has to come from something else. In other words, if we're the effect, if we're the product, God is an engineer. God engineered Earth. God engineered the species that reside on this planet. And God engineered the aesthetical beauty of everything that we see around us that hasn't been man-made. So you can unequivocally be 100% certain that God exists, and I hope that you found this video to be intriguing and insightful. This video unequivocally vindicates the existence of God, and if you don't believe in God, then please explain to me how these billions of processes on autopilot that keep us alive were created from nothing. That doesn't make any sense. And please explain to me how this planet that can sustain life was created from nothing. That doesn't make any sense. And please explain to me how everything is so intricately detailed and so aesthetically beautiful without it being created by a creator. God churned out the species, the planets, and forged a cornucopia of beautiful objects. So God is the epic content creator. I hope that you found this video to be intriguing. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.